Welcome to Clixed Off, brought to you by Lucky Dice Games in Huntsville, Alabama. Check them out at luckydicegames.net. Want to support the show? Check out our Patreon. $5 and above gets you access to our Patreon exclusive Discord. Check out all the tiers and benefits to help improve your Heroclix skill at patreon.com/ClixedOff. Now for your hosts, Daniel Powell, Jason Alvey, and Alex Coos.
Hey everybody, welcome to Clixed Off today. This is your host Daniel Powell speaking. If you like what you're listening to today here on Clixed Off, check us out patreon.com/ClixedOff. $1 and above is our tip jar, basically. Thank you, jar. $5 and above gets entered into our Heroclix Discord server for Heroclix strategy and tactics discussion. And I saw a post real quick just to clarify on that, because I said the same thing about our Patreon for probably 6-7 years. 6-7. And we have a Heroclix Discord, which you are happy to log in there and ask questions about teams and all that other stuff. That's free. That's included. That's in Discord, whatever. But we have a patron channel for specific in-depth team review, strategy discussion. We do play practice games if you'd like at certain levels of our patron. I saw someone post, that the Heroclix Discords were hidden behind paywalls and stuff, and we always talk about teams and stuff like that. We're happy to provide advice on teams. It's just really it's a thank you to us for everything that we do, basically. To do a really in-depth review from the team. Typically you get a 1 to 3 way review of your team, if you'd like it. And it's just really that next level of, rather than a surface level review of a team and say, hey, put on Shuri, hey, take off blah, blah, blah. We really strive to provide that extra value, for that Patreon.
You also get to hear all the crazy banter in the Patreon channel too.
That's true. Well, joining me today is Jason. Boy, he just really didn't like free actions in Silver Pulp. Just hated it. Alvey.
That's fake news. Fake news, people.
And Alex didn't know how to take a free action. Coos.
Yeah, what are those again? I'm not used to that.
So we've all played in our Silver Pulp events that I think we're going to be playing in. We're going to talk a little bit about tonight. Alex miscut at his. Jason and I won ours. And Alex only miscut by points. Not wins.
There was 15 players and it was cut to top 4, and so I was the 3-1 that didn't make it.
Yeah,
which it happens. If there was one more player or something, it would have been a little. We may have done, I think, top 8 or something like that. But
yeah,
it's one of those unfortunate lineups where it's just there was one loss that didn't make it, and that was me. So I'm so happy with 3-1 finish.
What did you play?
So, like most everyone else, I played the Moreland Bloodstone, but I ran into trouble because I couldn't find my Aaliyah Gregor, which was kind of a big deal. And I also couldn't find the Dario Agger that I wanted to play for the Moon Knights and the Dormammus and all of those. So I ended up having to switch, and instead of playing... Isaac played a version that had the Green Lantern, the Blue Lantern, I guess. The good one with the defend and power.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever his name is.
Hal Jordan?
Hal Jordan, yeah, that one. I didn't want to play that one. Instead, I went with Masters of Time Batman, the little swappy ones. That one mostly because the rare Batman also has a 19 defend and enhancement, and then I can swap him to empower. But he really came in clutch, huge in clutch. because that rare Batman, when you swap into him, he has naturally Smoke Cloud for free. But when you use it, if he wasn't on the team at the beginning of the turn, he deals 1 penetrative damage after to any opposing occupying his 2 free smoke markers. So just being able to deal just free pen to certain figures to get them off their starting click, or even to take them out, was actually pretty clutch in a couple of games. So that's probably the most you'll ever see that rare Batman be played. But he actually did pretty well for me. Like, I started with Pirate Batman to give me Dolphin and Perplex and to start with, and then I'd swap to him, and I rarely swapped out of him. Just having that 19 defend with the manifold combat reflexes for everybody meant that I was just consistently at 21 from close. Worked out pretty well. I liked it. It wasn't optimal because, once again, I didn't have Dr. Leah Gregor. I would have had her, and then I just didn't have an. Dario was going to be my answer for the other big pieces, and I didn't want to play, some of the other options that get rid of team abilities or help against Dormammu and whatnot are modern, and I didn't have enough modern points. So team worked as intended. It just wasn't optimal without Aaliyah Gregor, but still was a lot of fun.
So we're taking a look here at the HC Units tab, the circuit meta for the IC regionals as well. And look, we get it. Pulp gets solved really quickly, right?
It didn't, though.
I don't think it's solved at all.
It's plenty solved. There are essentially 3 archetypes with like different flavors of icing. There's Morlun and Bloodstorm. They have 102 wins apiece because they're always played together. Pretty much. There's 3 teams different, I think, but they both have 102 wins. And then you have some sprinkle pieces, right? Timebreaker, Madison, that go on any team. And then you have Blue Marvel Moon Knight, the Blue Knight's archetype. And then not as surprised. And then the third archetype that I see is Dormammu, but he doesn't win a lot. He hits like a truck, but can't handle a bunch of attacks. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's wildly solved.
I think if you just played more, you'd see more stuff.
Yeah,
I've looked at the results, and
I don't care. I don't care what the results are right now. I think if you continued to play on a regular basis, it would evolve.
Yeah, I agree with Jason. Saying it's quote unquote solved is a little premature. There's only been there hasn't been opportunities to go to multiple tournaments that over a lot of weeks, because this is like a 3-week, 4-week event, but it's all spread out across the country.
This is just like the most obvious stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but the most obvious stuff is going to just continue to win.
I disagree.
We continue to win. And there's a hard counter to the Bloodstorm.
Look, no. Look, for this cycle, I don't care about Venom set. I'm not talking about that. Silver Pulp is solved for the remainder of the IC regionals.
I disagree. So I would say look at the Chattanooga results. That Brute team that was played, 2 Brute teams were played, and both of them made top cut. And both of them were detrimental to Morlun and Bloodstorm, and still held their weight against all the others.
Okay, so we can say this because he's on our team. Our teammate that made top cut, when made the finals, didn't know how to play the team, and just punted the finals. No offense to Chris. But that was the same thing. It was the same thing. Like, Jason played against folks and was like one-turning Moon Knights.
Yeah, that's Moon Knight.
So,
the team does the team,
but listen, hold on, just let me finish. But that's the same thing. I went against other teams when I played last weekend that would have one-turned Moon Knight. Those folks that I played, I watched the team. We're not talking Moon Knight. They didn't protect Moon Knight. They didn't do anything. They didn't. And so the other point is Zach didn't even give himself a chance to win in the finals because he picked the wrong map.
Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that the other team was still good. That
The
doesn't
team
mean
was
that.
good.
And it doesn't change the fact that Zach would immediately have won if he chose a different map. Because I did go against one of those Primus teams, and I played a similar team to Zach, not exactly the same, but still Moorland Bloodstorm. And because of the way Primus works and your team is all brute, you can leave Primus in the back, and you could just throw in, like, Friends of Humanity were just running around the map and shutting off everything. So even if it was a big map or a small map, either way, you're eventually going to start losing, like, ground to keep creating bystanders. So I think that team is great. It shows that the meta isn't solved because it shows one of the evolutions of saying, okay, Moorland and Bloodstorm is so major. What's a counter to that? Primus says you can't make bystanders within, 4 brutes. So a brute team arose that could still hold its own against a Moon Knight and a bunch of other stuff.
Well, the problem
I told
is
Jeremy
that
they went down there that Primus was going to show up, and he did.
well, y'all didn't even have a Moon Knight at your event.
Yes, we did.
I'm looking.
I mean,
Jason Kelly was the one who played it, by the way. I played him.
Okay, there was one team that played Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm. And his team was really good because he played Moon Knight with Captain America, Blue Marvel. Like, his thing was neat because that Captain America he played, anytime an Avenger or Soldier was KO'd and put in the KO area, he gets +2 to defense. So his cap was running like a 21 half of the time. His team was really, really solid. So I just strongly disagree that it's been solved. It's been solved if you have to play last week. But even if you're playing this weekend, like, you can't go into this weekend of games and be like, yeah, I'm going to succeed with Moorland and Bloodstorm. Because that might not be the case.
Yeah, because the thing is like, the Primus team, even though he had the Willpower Kingpin on there, that team loses to a well-piloted Moon Knight or Dormammu. So it goes back to a coin flip. The thing is that there's 3 things in the rotation.
4.
Yeah.
And this would be a 4th one.
Yeah, that's fine. The 3rd thing being like Dormammu and other stuff, right? Like the counter builds, right? Bloodstorm, Moorland, Moon Knight are still top of the pile. You just gotta know how to play against the counters. I mean, they're still top of the pile. Guarantee that we still see Moorland, Bloodstorm, or Moon Knight win most of the events this weekend. It's no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, that's just because how easily, people are with this format. If there's not been a lot of testing, a lot of people will quote unquote net deck and just look at the most popular builds and what's the easiest build.
I mean, and we have a lot more played or a lot more populous events this weekend too. The events haven't been really well attended either. Very low attendance count compared to states. But I mean, this weekend we've got Florida, Eternal up in Michigan, Ontario, Canada, Western Massachusetts, Columbus, Ohio, Showcase. I don't know where they're at. I don't know where that folks are at either. And the Colorado. Screaming
Showcase
Monkey
is in Canada, Alberta, Canada.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Alberta. And then Arizona, and then Colorado. And they've got a lot more folks pre-registered at least. But this weekend wraps it up. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 events to wrap up this weekend. Nope, sorry, there's more than that. I miscounted. 4, 8, and 3.
11.
11 events this weekend. So I guarantee you, over 6 of them will be won by Moorland Bloodstorm. That's one thing, or Moon Knight.
I guess I'm curious. Like
that's a solved format for me.
Yeah, well, you like to poo-poo on anything.
You just don't like
modern,
it, so...
No, yeah. I don't like... No. Wait. Whoa, hold on.
It's not enough stuff for you.
No.
Yeah.
No. I had a fantastic time this weekend. I love the format. It's just solved. By the way... I shit on Pulp. I don't like Pulp. I am the 2023 second place in the world Pulp champion. I love Pulp.
You literally kept your team in a trash can because you said it was garbage.
Because it's funny. That is a joke. We are content creators.
That's a half joke.
Yeah. Yeah,
oh my gosh!
I had at this point. You can't bullshit me on this stuff.
I had a lot of fun playing Saturday. There were lots of laughs to be had. I got to have a public sub, because I drove 5 hours for a public sub in a Heroclix event, one way down to Alabama.
This just feels a lot more fresh than the old version because there's just so many more figures to choose from.
Oh, that's true. It's better than Modern Pulp is. I'm not denying that. Modern Pulp definitely got solved quickly. It was narrower than this. But this is still...
The figure pool is so much smaller. I think there's still a lot of figures to be explored.
But they're not going to, because these next 11 events... Next 11 events... and then Florida are all before Venom comes out, and then Venom, has one figure in it that might change the whole thing.
I think it has 2 figures at least that change it.
Well, the Flurry fella, right? That's one you're talking about too.
And him and Gore, Rex Strickland and Gore the God Butcher, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't think it's solved. I think that's crazy to say that it's solved. I think it's just so easy to say that because we say that for Pulp normally. So it's easy to be like, oh yeah, Pulp solved. But it's definitely hard to say that it's solved. Jason, I'm curious. Why is your results not showing up in the... so what I'm looking at is, they have a method of showing like top 32, top 16... when you look at the meta, and your guys' stuff isn't showing up on there.
You know what? It's probably because that judge that ran the event probably never finalized the event.
Yeah, that might be it, because your results aren't showing.
I don't know what in the world you're talking about, Alex. I bet that if you went and looked now, I bet that the results would show up.
Holy crap, what do you know? Jason's at number 1. The reason I mentioned...
Where are you seeing on this stuff anyway?
All right, so circuit meta, team section, but then if you do players, you do all players, or you could do top 1 under circuit meta. And so you could see who all has won with the figure. So this is my counterpoint.
All players, okay.
This is my counterpoint to Dan's point. Is that Moon Knight has only won once.
Oh, so it's even narrower than I expected. It's just the Pog team then.
Oh no, the Pog team is far and away better.
Yeah,
that's no doubt. Hence why Primus teams, you're going to see them on the rise this weekend, because it didn't just happen in my event. There was a Primus team in California. There was a couple, there hasn't been many. But people caught on after the first couple of weeks and saw, hey, Primus is a counter.
So since apparently y'all think I'm in a mood, can I just continue that?
No.
Please?
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
So, Moon Knight's better than the Pog team. People just don't know how to play tempos.
I don't think Moon Knight's better than the Pog teams. It's just Pog teams swarm Moon Knight, or you just ignore him. If you shut him down and just tie him up, he can't be tied up because he ignores movement. But if you could just ignore him and go for the rest of the team.
Sure. Yeah. Let's ignore the guy that attacks twice a turn.
Depends.
Okay. Yep.
Depends. I mean, it's not the best counter. I mean, the best counter is Dario Agger, and then you yeet Moon Knight. But
sure, that's exactly what happened to me in the finals at Birmingham.
You lost to the guy in Swiss, right?
Nope. I lost to a Dormammu in Swiss because
that's what you lost in Swiss. Okay.
Yep.
But you beat him. You beat him eventually, though. Right?
I beat him in Top Cut. He didn't score but like 15 points.
That's a tried and true. That always happens, though.
No. What happened was I removed my head from my ass and figured out how to play Heroclix finally.
Well, no. What I mean is the trope of if you lose to the person the first time, typically the second time you meet in one tournament, it goes the other way.
No,
like, I feel like
that's a trope, but that's not how it usually goes.
I feel like it's at least 70 to 80%.
Sure. But no, I mean, I played against Dario Agger in the finals, and he came up and outwitted this, outwitted that, whatever. He had the Duke Thomas, so his little Pog fellers were, whatever, 13, 14s.
Yeah.
But Moon Knight didn't die.
How low did Moon Knight get?
He got 2 clicks before his last stop click, only because he rolled double 5s.
Okay.
And then I won the game. I mean, it's not so much that like I'm shitting on the Pog team. It's just people just.
It was still a close game.
It was, but people. But I was going to run away with it at that point. Time was called. When time was called, he had no way to KO Moon Knight at that point.
I mean, it helps if you're swatting Moon Knight with like precision strike 4 or 5 damage. It helps a lot.
And which he was. Whatever those Pogs had, I mean, fuck, that one Pog has a 12 attack. I was just looking at the card. I was like, all right, what are you fucking swinging with? Because nobody has the Pogs made up, right? I mean, you do, Jason.
I did. I had them all.
You did, but nobody else does. I seen like little poker chips with like a pencil scratching their name on it and stuff, and I'm like, then one guy was just using action tokens, and I'm like, which ones are this? Okay, what's its defense? Okay, it's dead.
Yeah, I didn't want to have that. I made sure I had nice, slick-looking stuff. So.
Yeah, I don't think they finalized your tournament either, Dan, because you're not showing up either. So it would have been 2.
How do I see myself on? How are you seeing me on here?
It's just a main force.
Yeah, if you click on Team Main Force and then Players Top 1, you see. If you click on any figure, Clay added this because I recommended it. You click on any figure, you could click Teams on the right, and you can see every person who played it. So if you click on Bloodstorm, there's you. So Bloodstorm has won.
No, I'm the winner.
How you
You are, but they haven't finalized it. So if you click on Moon Knight, for example, you do not show up as top 1. But if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you see like 4 people that have no rankings, and you are one of them. So and Jason was like that a second ago. So more likely than not, the tournament was not finalized, and so it doesn't populate it. So you're at the very bottom, even though you should be in first place because you were top 1, you won it. So that's just something that whoever ran Birmingham needs to just finalize the tournament. Make sure everybody, if you're running tournaments, finalize them so we could get accurate top 1, top 2 stats.
All right, yeah, Wes
talking about it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Alex.
Yeah, I scored a bunch.
I don't know what you're talking about. The event I played in Saturday
has undefeated, so
absolutely has absolutely was finalized.
Whoa! Look at Moon Knight. He shot up the rankings. No, but I still don't agree with that. It's solved. It's just there are counters to counters. We're just in the flow of, hey, Moreland and Bloodstorm is the other avenue of it is Moreland and Bloodstorm are just fun.
That's my point. Fun... You guys act like having a solved event is a solved format is a bad thing.
You make it sound like a bad thing, and it has been a bad thing.
Solved. It's a problem. It's a problem because there's inherent problems with Silver. Right, the pulp part of it makes it interesting, but there's inherent problems with Silver as a format. That's what leads to my issue with pulp.
Talk to us about the issue with Silver in only regards to pulp.
The floor.
Okay.
There are still rares. The Heroclix singles market is narrowing very quickly. People shouldn't have to ask to borrow. They should be able to go out and buy. The Heroclix singles market is narrowing, has narrowed rapidly the past 6 months.
We've talked about this. There's not.
Well, you asked me
selling singles. No, I'm saying there's not been a lot of people selling singles. So we've lost stores,
and they can't go buy bricks of this stuff anymore.
Yeah,
so
I agree. The floor should not exist.
The floor should not exist, and I think additionally, something has to be done with big maps across all of Silver.
I
don't know.
Something.
They're hard to obtain. A lot of them.
I'm not saying ban all big maps. I want to be clear. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying something has to be done.
I did not choose map once. Out of my 4 games, they chose map every time. I went on big map, I think half of the times, maybe just one time, and the rest people put me on small maps. I found the small maps worse in some instances. Taking me to Ancient Labyrinth, just in general, Ancient Labyrinth sucks as a map. I almost dislike Ancient Labyrinth more than I dislike King's Tomb, just because of the way it's so inhibiting. There's almost too much blocking, whereas walls you can kind of bust through, whereas all that blocking, it's a little bit more difficult. So I don't know, with the way some of these figures are played and with Modern having shorter ranges, I went in feeling like, oh, big maps are terrible, and leaving it thinking, they're not. It's not bad. I think maybe a curated list would be better. Of let's get rid of King's Tomb and some of these others, but I don't necessarily mind it at this point. It's just it didn't bother me the couple times that I went on it. The game was short. The game was shorter, sure, but the game doesn't have the super rare flash and those pieces that cross map your whole team easily. Even with the Moreland teams with Overdrive, you're getting most of the map, but not all of the map on big maps.
Yeah.
And that was the problem with Silver, in my opinion. With Silver, it's like you have to have a way to get all the way across a big map to really succeed. So that usually meant playing Flash to be able to double charge and carry everyone over with the Green Lantern TA, or have some other, random case. But Pulp, it felt okay. I'd be perfectly okay if they got rid of big maps, don't get me wrong. It just wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I expected it to be way worse. So,
you know what? I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to say this lightly. I fucking had fun playing this.
I did too.
I did too,
and I had fucking fun.
I had fun too.
I will say, I think Silver, regardless of how you feel about Silver, I think it was absolutely the right choice. Sure, floor could be gone, but having access to all those additional figures, I feel like makes it Pulp way more fun.
Yeah,
in general. Even if
The only problem,
just building for it was way fun.
the only problem with that is like, it's not sustainable if only 9 people show up to these events.
Yeah, people definitely weren't willing to travel for it very much.
Yeah, and we don't. That's the hard part with figuring that out, right? Like we've had talks about that in some of these data-driven groups that we're in. Of like, well, how do you measure attendance and determine like, was this format better than this format? It's hard to tell what was driving people to certain events or away from certain events. Sure, Modern's going to be the most popular, but we don't know if pricing wasn't that good. We don't know if cost was too high. I know some places like our store, our entry cost was $40, which is a lot for some people, but you also get LEs and all this stuff with it. But some of the IC regional LEs we've already had. They had some new ones, don't get me wrong. It wasn't bad. Pricing was great in my opinion. But it was a repeat almost of what we just had with the States in a certain sense, right? And so that could have turned some people off of, I just paid for States. Do I want to pay for similar LEs? So I don't know. It's hard to tell in those instances of, is it the format that drove things down? Is it weather? Is it the time of year? Is it people saving? It's really hard to tell. Really, really difficult to tell.
I think a lot of people just weren't. I think a lot of people just weren't willing to clear their schedule like they normally would for a modern event.
And maybe they just weren't as hungry, right?
They're just not.
Coming from winter of like November, December of nothing, and then going into January of like, yes, it's New Year. Let's go to States.
I appreciate
Alex.
Alex.
If it would have been Strange Tales Modern Legal, it would have been way better.
Oh yeah, we'd have had double. All these events would have been double. Attendance wise, all these events would have been double because
people were hungry to play Strange Tales in Modern and didn't get it.
Yeah, Strange Tales has been legal since before States started, and we have not had a good Modern event with Strange Tales.
We had any Modern event with Strange Tales.
I mean, there's probably been some local stuff, but
I don't count locals.
Yeah, so the problem has been States. There would have been a fever for an IC Regional 300 Modern, but you run into the inherent problems of Silver make its way over to Pulp, and they're very small at this point. Just the floor. Delete the line that says floor. Boop, bop, 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 delete. Done. Format instantly more promotable. Easier to access. Because even some of these locals, like when I went down to Birmingham, there were 2 or 3 locals that didn't want to play because they didn't have the stuff. I mean, was my understanding.
We were scrambling so hard to put teams together for everybody.
I mean, yeah, all of us
harder than we ever do for Modern.
That's right. Yeah, because Jason. I mean, even because you and I, you, old Jeremy, Zeke, even Zach, and I all had older stuff fucking somewhere. I don't know.
Somewhere.
I don't know. I don't even know where my Blue Marvel went. He's just gone.
Can't find mine either.
Well, that was mine with Aaliyah Gregor. I had her card, couldn't find her anywhere.
So,
but taking away floor doesn't solve that problem. Because Aaliyah Gregor in this instance is by far the superior play. There's not a Modern equivalent.
No, I get it.
So, a newer player will say, hey, oh man, this team won. I want to play this team. Well, crap. There's still a lot of silver pieces that I'm not going to be able to get my hands on.
I think you could have played like Guardians of the Galaxy, Wakanda, X-Men from all these newer sets that were all modern stuff.
I think X-Men
in Pulp.
I think X-Men was fine. I played against some X-Men and they had Deadpool, Weapon X set. They had options in there.
Like you can go buy this booster off the shelf right now.
I don't
Yeah.
think. I think it would be better, yes, to remove floor. I don't think it honestly will make that big of a difference.
You're Alex. You're thinking tactically. You're not
wisely.
You're
Yes.
not. No, not wisely. You're not
Thank you very
wisely.
much. Appreciate it.
You're thinking tactically, not wisely. You're not counting on the marketability of the event. Because if you don't have a floor, you can say, look, here's this Guardians team using Collector's Trove boosters that you could still get. Here's this Guardians team using the Collector's Trove boosters. Here's this X-Men team. Here's this Wakanda team.
That's my other question is, like, we say you could still get. You can usually only get that at the WizKids site, maybe, right? Like,
I know
there
where
are not a lot of stores that have a lot of those free boosters.
There's a store within 2 hours of my house that has a case of Collector's Trove still, a brick of Black Panther, all of those boosters still on the shelf.
I know, but we're
my
talking
other local store
so
has
readily available.
But they're also newer to where that narrow group of single sellers still have the singles.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's being able to say, hey, new guy, you can actually play a team from these boosters that's, I don't know, 95% efficient, because Wakanda and the Guardians criminally missed out on an opportunity to be played during this type of event because of the floor. Because the silver Guardians kind of suck. The new Guardians are pretty damn good.
What new Guardians are we talking about? That's my question.
The ones from Collector's Trove, right? Did I just forget that they?
I think they make. There's some decent stuff that they work together. Pretty good in that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm looking at it now.
Hold on.
This goes into the bigger problem we've identified is excluding things like the 400 sets or some of these others. Like Guardians, if you look at Guardians just modern, you're looking at what, like 8 figures, 10 figures from Collector's Trove.
Oh, you get the because you've got that baby Groot. You've got that Rocket that's really good. The Cosmo. Oh, you can't be outwitted with that Cosmo. Yep, that's a play. Cowboy Star-Lord. Cosmic
great.
Ghost Rider. Cowboy Star-Lord's fantastic, by the way.
He's okay.
It's the other one that sucks. The soldier one from Avengers Forever.
Like Guardians would be way better if in silver, like if you could play silver pieces with it, because there are some silver Guardians.
Yeah, but you're very quickly going to be over 200 points of modern Guardians, and that's where it falls apart, because you got to have that over 200 points of modern Guardians or modern Wakanda. Here's the thing: we've talked about it on the podcast till we're blue in the face, and up until like folks are physically angry at us, like IRL actually angry at us about it. I'm done. I'm tired of talking about it. Silver Pulp, here's your math. It was not as well as attended. Remove the floor. It becomes a more marketable event. Probably not the last time I'm going to say it, but I am so sick of making that suggestion.
Yeah, I still don't think that's the biggest issue with Silver Pulp, but I understand the sentiment. I don't mind losing the floor. I think what we're missing from the event still is a negligent part on WizKids of missing out on all the Star Trek and stuff from
let's
Silver.
start thinking turtles in there too. Yeah,
and all this cool, which we'll talk about later a little bit, the D&D stuff. None of that's going to be legal until they fix it.
Yeah, let's get that down too. Yeah,
and it's all, once again, because of the way they wrote the rules previously, back when there were no non-Marvel or non-DC characters. They wrote it as Marvel and DC booster sets only, because that's all that was legal in modern Pulp. And so now that it's swapped to silver, they just need to take that off. They need to update the language so we could play. Like, a lot of people would have loved to play Turtles. A lot of people would have, because there's probably just silver only teams people would have enjoyed playing, or just even a smattering of modern. I've seen a few teams a lot of teams actually, that didn't max out on modern. They were like 160, 150, and that's one thing I think, like, minor things they could fix is just, okay, allow Pulp how it should be. We have gravity feeds of sets, right? Like all these movie sets that we had before that have that were only commons, uncommons, and rares. They should all be legal in Pulp, but they aren't, because they aren't quote unquote a 5-figure booster. So you don't get the Captain Marvel set, you don't get the Black Widow set or any of that stuff, because technically it wasn't from a 5 booster set. So I don't think that's right. I think that was still something that should have been changed, but they wanted to go by exactly how WizKids had it on their site. And so someone just needs to go in and fix it before we have more Silver Pulp events. So, but all in all, still, I actually really love the event, and I really hope Pulp finally becomes more of the third format, where it's like Modern's king, and then you have kind of the secondary Silver and Pulp. Like, I would be great with that. I think this kind of format, like, I hope we have this kind of format at Worlds.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Not just as like a off Sunday, oh, you didn't make it into finals. Like, I would like this to be, maybe the big welcome event or something. Have just a big Silver Pulp event. I think it would be a good time.
I agree.
All right. Remove the floor. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some questions.
Always got to have the last word on that.
You know what? I just stopped talking. I was done.
We could tell. We heard you put down the phone, Dan.
Yeah, I was watching some Facebook reels about some trucks. I don't know. Anyway. I had fun with it. Like, if they're not going to make measurable steps to improve the base guidelines of Silver, it's just going to continue to struggle, and it just is what it is. I think it's just gotten to the point where you just can't help but dislike Silver. Not No. It feels that way. It's like you want to be clear. Say something positive. I will. Silver is a great format. I am very glad.
There's always a caveat. You can't say it and then be like,
because it's not. Because it's not. It is a fantastic.
Silver Pulp is. Yes. I think Silver Pulp was great.
The only thing that Silver functionally needs at this point is removal of the floor. I would have. You do realize that everything else I say about Silver is positive. But it is such a glaring caveat, though, that it distracts from all of the good things. Because it's an unmarketable format. It's done. It's done. I'm super glad that there's.
Agree to disagree.
I'm super glad that there's a format to play all of our old figures in. Brings value to older collections. Rewards the longtime player. Provides, a breath of different air, fresh air even, from Modern. It's better than playing sealed. But it's got such a glaring hole in it. It's like saying, here's this beautiful, beautiful Lamborghini Murcielago LP640. One of the fewer than 100 cars that were made in a manual. It's in a gorgeous verde color, verde green. But the engine is blowed up. So you can't drive it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's really great. I own a Murcielago LP640, but the engine's blowed up. So, guess I'll just talk about how great my Murcielago LP640 is. Anyways,
I mean, with the way they rotate figures so quickly now, I mean, that's, I guess, why to me silver doesn't really impact me that much, or I feel like doesn't impact much, because you just got to play the game for, it feels like a year, and you're already going to have a ton of silver figures at your disposal.
So we've only talked about this enough that Jason has currently fallen asleep.
I am not asleep. Not asleep. Yeah, not asleep. I'm just listening to you two go back and forth like you normally do.
It's my favorite.
I like
thing
the silver format. That should be a shock in itself.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing to do at a 9:53 p.m. on a Tuesday night. I'd rather don't want to be anywhere else. Cooley is. So, a couple questions. If you had to choose between Silver Pulp and Silver, what event would you go to? Jeff asks. Yeah, Silver Pulp by far.
Oh, Silver Pulp by a long shot. Yeah.
It's less complicated, so your brain doesn't hurt as much when you go to one of those events. Because when you play in Silver, you have to think of like the 50 different game element type things you're probably rocking on your team. Whereas Pulp, you probably have like 6 game elements that you're trying to rock on your team. So it really helps. The games, especially in Pulp, the turns go a lot faster too, because it's not as complicated. So,
and you can take all those free actions, and not take forever.
Silver doesn't have Beetlejuice in it, but
it should.
Yeah.
No, it has the other ones. Technically, the Wakanda Hulkbuster and whatnot. I think those are still legal. But...
So I think to address to Adam Cole's question, it says coolest winning team that you guys did not play. I want to take that. This is neatest team that you've seen on the list that you have not played against. I think based on everything that's won, the only team that technically qualifies is Nick Madison's Supergirl squad. That included Supergirl, Blue Marvel, Dario Agger, Falcon, Kazar, Orb, Gnort, Spiderling, and Timebreaker. Because I have played against all of the other winning teams, because they're Bloodstorm and Moreland.
Did you play against the Kingpin, Double Rhino, Primus, Chameleon, that D-Cell?
He said the
cool.
coolest. I think Nicholas's team is a little bit cooler than that, because that team doesn't make Pogs. Nicholas's team doesn't make Pogs.
This team doesn't make Pogs either. This team shuts down making Pogs.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, playing a counterpiece only works well up until you just run into a team like Nicholas's that doesn't do any of that. Sorry, Nick's team doesn't make one Pog.
I do like Nathan Fuenmeyer's team, his Avenger team, because he played Rare Hulk from Avenger 60, the 100-point one, with Taskmaster, and yes, he had Blue Marvel, but that's really the only modern, big, staple pulp he played, because he played the Captain America, which I mentioned before that Jason Calfee played, the Soldier one. He played Avenger 60th Falcon. He played Doctor Strange from Strange Tales at 40 points for the TK Prob. He played the War Machine we talked about before, the $20 War Machine, and then Astral Scarlet Witch for Prob protection. And I mean, he won. He won the event with that. And that's what I like about the format. I saw figures kind of like this Hulk, right? These higher point, maybe overcosted in general, but in modern, but 75 point. I saw a Sabretooth I've never seen before. 75 point Sabretooth that had charge flurry, just a charge flurry meat stick, but he had 8 clicks or something. And in
Yeah,
Pulp, it's like that's a lot of clicks to get through. I have to really work for it to take out that guy, and he hits really hard. I went against a Bizarro that hits really hard. That's the cool thing of Pulp.
And there's probably a lot of
pieces.
And there's probably a lot of people screaming out there saying, well, Dan didn't even look at some of the other teams that won. I did. I've looked at every single team that's won.
That Hulk is one of my favorite figures. I love that gray Hulk. That's a cool team.
That's what, and it only takes one person to succeed with it, right? When a format's newer like this is a brand new format. Let's not forget that. First time we've ever played Silver Pulp. People are gonna net deck a lot. Because it's like, I want to have fun this weekend. What's winning? Moon Knight's winning, I'm going to play Moon Knight. Dormammu's winning, I'm going to play Dormammu. Same with Moreland and Bloodstorm, because those are fun pieces. So, not to say net decking's bad. If you want to go out and play a team and you don't have time to practice it, nothing wrong with doing that. But that's where some of these newer teams come out of the woodwork, because these are people who tested it and tried it out, and hey, what do you know? They succeeded. That's what I like about the format. What else?
You know what? I have a different answer.
Ooh, then Silver Pulp? Or are we going with the?
Nope,
no, we're on the other question. Sorry.
I'm going with Sydney Carter's team. With Stardust.
That one's with the Stardust? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he had Shaggy on there too, and like Umar the Untouchable.
So, yeah, all right, guys, help me with that one. I looked at that one. What's the point of Umar? I don't get it. What does Umar do? Is it just because it's 70 points and harder to kill because it's shape change 4 through 6 and invincible?
There is probably 24 other pieces that should have been there other than Umar. But like, keep in mind, right? Like, but that's the other thing. Just to mention this, right? That was at the Comic Dimension in North Carolina. I would like to point out that we have 2 world champions that play out of Comic Dimension. They didn't show up for this event. They have super high attendance. And they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players. And they typically have 20-player events. Something has to change for the format to grow.
Yeah, we normally have in the mid-20s. And we had 9 people show up.
So, Jeff, we'll circle back a little bit onto Jeff's question. With states not allowing Strange Tales, boo. And then the next picks being Pulp, what figure should people still keep an eye out for in 300 Modern? Boy, I tell you what, y'all aren't going to Florida, right? Y'all don't get to experience some a nice Floridian weather coming up.
I'm gonna experience it this week when it's like 70, whatever.
Yeah, this weekend's gonna be almost 80 here, so.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm looking forward to playing my Tri-Sentinels, fellas. Because guess what?
I want to see Tri-Sentinels and Lokis and Dark Hulks and all kinds of things like that.
Because guess what? They didn't make the watch list.
Yeah, no kidding. The watch list was dated, in my opinion.
Hey, you know what?
This is the watches we should have had 6 months ago.
You know what the watch list says? You know those cool rares that you have and those affordable pieces like Beetlejuice that everybody can get a hold of? You don't get affordable Heroclix. Only big money gets to play Heroclix. Big money Heroclix. Big money. We got our floor. We got our floor. We got our floor in our one format, and we've got our rares on the watch list because screw those cheap pieces.
It's not a rare, by the way.
Destroyer's not cheap, isn't it? Like $20.
It was like $30 for a while, at least.
Yeah, like Destroyer ain't cheap. Like
Destroyer's not even anywhere near the biggest problem that we have.
Yeah, I mean, we get. Let's talk about the watch list just a little bit. Like we haven't had an episode since that came out. We should talk about it. So the 4 figures, like you said, was Beetlejuice, Destroyer, Degaton, and what was the last one? Was it just those?
No, there was a 4th one. Yeah, Degaton, Beetlejuice.
We weren't prepared
Destroyer.
for
No, we weren't. We weren't at all prepared for it.
Yeah, but let's pull it up because we might as well. So okay, I have it. It's Ares. Ares is the other one. Beetlejuice, Ares, Predegaton, Destroyer. But Ares is expensive. Destroyer is expensive. Predegaton isn't as much because it was unique and it was just easier to get, I guess. So it is what it is. I think most of the people I've talked to about this feel like it wasn't enough, but don't necessarily disagree with what's on the list.
I mean, it was a fine beginning. At least they did something.
I feel like everyone's like Beetlejuice. Yes, we get it. I think everyone kind of agrees with Ares on the list.
Destroyer's like $40-$50.
Oh, snap! I'll have to pull my extra ones out and sell those real quick.
One sold for $53.49 last week. Jesus Christ!
Wow. But yeah, no one's surprised with Ares because the whole Ares bomb thing has been a little wonky, and it hasn't ever worked as it probably should. And so I don't think anyone would really be sad to see Ares be changed. Destroyer, everyone just loves Destroyer so much. But a lot of people have also voiced complaints about all the benefits that Destroyer gives. It's so undercosted, primarily for the giant size willpower that it just gives somebody. So that makes sense too. The biggest question people probably say is Predegaton, which, my stance, I'm perfectly fine with it being on there because he makes theme teams pointless. Theme
teams are pointless whether he exists or not.
You know what? Here's the results of the watch list. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. No changes. We'll continue to monitor. Ares. No longer sideline active. Predegaton. Banned. Destroyer. Banned.
Oh my God! I don't think that's ban worthy, either one of them.
No, that's going to be the results, fellas. That's going to be the results. That's my prediction.
I think if you took away the movement thing that Predegaton does at his 20-point line, people would be fine with him.
You know what? Here's the thing. You could take away. Let me just pull up Predegaton real quick. Let's just refresh ourselves for a moment on what all Mr. Predegaton does. Do you guys remember everything Predegaton does?
Yes, because it's too much.
So here's the thing. Predegaton.
Why do you want to pay more for the same crap you're going to want anyway?
So hold on.
Because it's the same argument I had with Venom Magneto. He makes team building you don't build theme with him, because why would I want to pay 25 points for a Scarlet Witch that's a really, really good support piece when I could break theme and get Predegaton for 20?
If he doesn't exist right now, people aren't going to play theme teams anyway because there's no benefit.
There's not.
There'll be more people play theme than Predegaton.
No. All right, so follow me here. So obviously his first trait is how you do his pointing, right? So you can't really get rid of his first trait. That's the time disc thing. It's how you can operate at 20 points.
Yeah. During
game setup, after your opponent has placed all of your characters, you may choose get rid of that. Boom. Still playing him. Instant play.
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
Probability control. Now, if you get rid of his prob, I might have a problem with that. Let's be clear. But if you just said when Predegaton, an opposing character misses him, rolls a 1 and 2 for the hyper time, get rid of that. Still playing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
I could see Predegaton being banned. Simply because they banned him in other formats.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't necessarily want them banned. I don't want any figures banned except maybe Beetlejuice. I want them to fix them. Like, I would rather an errata that makes them better. Even if you just take away a little bit of Prodegaton's oomph, that's better than him existing how he is today. So
we had a figure that was like this that encouraged playing theme teams. You didn't like it. We had a figure like this that doesn't encourage theme teams. You don't like it.
like
Make sense. Scott Porter.
Oh, okay, but we can agree Scott Porter was much worse than Prodegaton.
No, I can't agree with that at all because I don't care that either one of them exist.
It's one of those, if you build a team, it's bad for the game.
It's not.
It's bad for the game if you feel like, yes, this guy's an auto-include on every team I build.
I need these utilitarian powers, and I don't want to pay extra for them.
No, if I team build, and my thought is I'm putting Prodegaton on every team.
I can play other stuff because they're cheaper. Like,
it's still not good for the game. It means you won't play. If he's so undercosted and he's on every team as your support figure, that means now every set we've had, every support figure is pointless. So why even make any more support figures?
They made bad figures. That's not my problem.
They aren't bad. They're just less good as him. Less good does not mean it's bad.
I don't want to pay more points for them. I just want these powers in a small package.
That sounds like someone who's got an addiction to Prodegaton. I need my Prodegaton. Give it to me. Like, yes, I understand.
My life to play Scarlet Witch because Prodegaton exists. Like,
I mean, I get your point, Jason. I agree. Like, it makes team building
play
easier. Sure, it's just I would like to play other support figures. It's just very difficult to when there's something so easy to build with.
Nobody's stopping you.
Yes,
Nobody's stopping you from doing it except you.
Who wants to play a Heroclix team suboptimally? It's not fun.
You do, apparently.
Well, no, I don't. If I could find stupid my figure, I wouldn't have the other day. But
let me tell you,
but
you guys, I love this. I love the Prodegaton has to go on the watch list. That doesn't mean that Prodegaton or anything has to be done with him. I love that this little 20-point little feller causes so much strife with you guys. You know what? To be fair, like, he's fine. Do you know what should have made the watch list that didn't?
Wait, we're not there yet. Wait. We're not there yet. Stop. Don't just close it down, Dan. We've got to talk about Beetlejuice, Ares, and Destroyer. Now, let's not get to our what ifs yet. Like, I agree. I don't think they're going to do.
There's somebody out there with that barfing phobia that I just triggered. I am so sorry.
I don't think. I agree. I don't think they'll do anything with Prodegaton. Thanks, Dan. You have to get your point in. I don't think they'll do anything with Prodegaton because they'll just say, "Yeah, it's going to rotate in 6 months, so who cares?"
By the way, you know what? Also, rotates
all those are going to rotate in 6 months.
Not literally everything.
All four of them are literally going to rotate.
They're all going to rotate.
I don't think Beetlejuice does technically.
Yes,
right?
it does. Yes, it does. Thank
We've
God.
only had it. I don't think it would actually.
Dude, Kong only got 2 years. Beetlejuice is only getting 2 years.
Yeah, Kong got 2 worlds. That was it.
Kong got 2 worlds. This is Beetlejuice's second world.
Yeah, but I agree. I don't know if Kong get the boot early.
He got 2 worlds.
Right,
no, they just forgot to retire any Iconics there for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but I could see them saying that for Prodegaton and just punting it. Whereas Beetlejuice is more heinous, obviously. Destroyer. So let's talk Ares and Destroyer real quick.
Because we don't have anything to talk about with Beetlejuice because he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine getting banned.
No, he's fine. No changes. Let's leave him be.
Ares. We haven't really talked about banning or changing Ares. How do you guys feel about Ares?
I think Ares is a trap. I still do. Aries is a trap. I don't know why he's on the list, because the ban list should be, the watch list should come back out and say, you guys that are playing Aries aren't playing him. You guys are all rolling 1s and 2s on your blades, and it's really not affecting games.
I wonder, do you think, because the problem with Aries is the way that he's worded, right? Like do you think it hampers certain game making mechanics? Like, you want to make this kind of thing for Heroclix, but you can't because Aries exists, and the way that you can make a close attack targeting all adjacent, and you get to roll a d6 for each separate one. And so it's like, oh, well, that cool power with the d6, we were going to include it, but with Aries existing, I mean, that becomes too overpowered. Like, the biggest issue I feel like with Aries is just that. Like, yes, the Aries bomb is huge when it works, and you're right, Daniel, it doesn't work most of the time. But I almost wonder, because of how the weirdness he's written, and like, it's just easier to just say, nah, he needs to go.
I just take a one shot over him pretty much most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's probably one shots that are better than Aries right now.
Oh, there definitely are.
But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't do something with them just because there's something better.
Well, I didn't say that. I just don't think he's that big a deal.
I could see them just getting rid of him, because if it's a headache for, you know, every figure that comes out that has something to do with blades. Who was the one that we saw? Was it something we saw in Venom that people were already asking about? Well, how does that work with Aries? Because you make multiple attacks or something. Or like, was it Carnage, where you could, like, when a friendly character uses Blades Claws, you may reroll the result, and so you could just keep rerolling all the blades, and that was going to be a question because of the way Aries worked, and it doesn't work that way. But that was the first thought of, oh, well, you can reroll blades, and I'm rolling 6 blades, so I get to reroll each one.
You can say something similar about so many HeroClix pieces that people come up with odd interactions I think should work and don't.
I don't think there'd be a huge, like, protest if they just said, nah, we're just, like, Daniel, your suggestion of, that's just no longer sideline active. Like, you could still do all that cool stuff, but he's got to be on your main force.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That just effectively kills it. No one's playing that, but means the figure is still legal to play.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I don't care either way.
What about Destroyer? Last one.
It's fine.
I don't necessarily agree, but that's been my whole night. I think they could just do away with the giant size willpower.
Oh man, I don't want him to do anything with it because I gotta play Destroyer on my Loki. Okay, so he doesn't get knocked back into a wall. I don't care that he's giant.
He won't if he's giant.
He has a toughness. I use it on the toughness click so I can keep my Beetlejuice out. Shh.
Yeah, but having the willpower doesn't matter in that instance, right?
Are you saying I still get to keep my Beetlejuice out?
Sure. Even
oh yeah, fuck that giant willpower then. Yeah, get rid of that click. Yeah.
I think that's, in my opinion, that's the main reason Destroyer is too good, is being able to just equip anybody with the giant willpower can just be nutty.
Yeah,
it effectively means you're just never tokening somebody.
Being able to use my figure more turns is fun.
Hey, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm gonna have to pause the show real quick. I gotta go to the bathroom. Because I guess I'm full of shit tonight.
Mm. Some people probably think that. And I know a lot of people probably think I'm full of shit too, but...
Oh, man.
We were talking about how this wasn't enough, and now we're saying, well, we could do away with all these on the watch list.
I'm not saying that at all.
Can we?
It sounds like Daniel's saying it.
Alex, am I allowed to talk about what should have been on there yet?
Yes.
Hot
Go
mutant.
ahead.
Hot mutant.
Oh, just one shots. One shots as a whole should be on the watch list.
Yeah,
Yep.
all of them. Yep.
Not just Halt Mutant, although those are super egregious. It's just all of them should be on there.
Oh, we haven't. We've still. Hey, do you like one shots?
Just the ones
Venom.
that you can use to damage your own characters.
Because we're getting 15 more in Venom, right?
Oh, they're coming in D&D boosters.
we're getting more. So
Yeah.
So you know why? You know they're not going to do anything to one shots because they're still making money off of them.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything because they're going to listen to us, and they're going to have a rules change that's going to require Theme Team to play one shots.
Well,
And then-
Nico Minoru, speaking of one shots, just says, "Hey, let's have 9 of them."
Well,
Yep.
Jason, it's only
No
8.
restrictions.
There's only 8
How's there only 8?
because you got to have your nice spot for Beetlejuice or Ares.
Well, not when they're banned.
Yeah, you don't.
Not when they're banned. Who cares?
Yeah, not when they're
gosh,
banned.
Guys, you guys.
They're going to be gone. Who cares? That frees up 2 sideline spots. More one shots.
And then we're not going to have special powers anymore because of Loki, and self-damaging stuff like
Well, you don't-
Beetlejuice.
Well, you don't want special powers anyway because everyone's playing Hulk Mutant. So
That's true. That's true.
yeah,
So,
yeah, you don't even want those special powers. Loki
Yeah.
might make you backfire. I don't know. Does Loki turn off the ability for Hulk Mutant to really work?
I don't know how's Halt Mutant worded.
I think it's if a character can use special powers. Isn't that what it
Yeah.
is? Now I gotta look. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose a friendly character. If you do, until your next turn, opposing characters that can use special powers.
Oh yeah, Loki's the counter.
There we go.
Done.
Yeah, Hulk Mutant's fine. You got Loki.
Loki's the counter to Halt Mutant.
Just gotta get into that one click.
I mean, it's cool. I'm just gonna play my Lernian Hydra, and he doesn't have any special powers to worry about. And, yeah. My Dark Hulk, yeah, he's cool.
Was there anything else besides one shots? Was there any other figures we were kind of hoping on the watch list?
Nico Minoru,
Loki.
That goes
because
with one
shots.
Yeah.
Tri-Sentinel is another,
And Loki.
and Loki,
Mm-hmm.
I still think maybe Spot.
and Spot. Yeah. If Beetlejuice doesn't exist anymore, then Spot can't exist as he is. That's just period. I'll stop.
Yeah, the problem with Nico and why she's not on the list, same with Tri-Sentinels, is that WizKids gotta have their game data before they do any watch lists, and there haven't been any modern tournaments with Strange Tales, as we said before.
Yeah, that just takes too long. That's the problem. That mindset takes too long.
Yep, I agree. I completely agree. You know what else takes long? Is for them to put out the article and then take a week or two before giving the results, when I'm pretty confident they probably already know the results.
Well, they gotta look like they're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like when you're pretending you're working at work and you're not really working, but you're pretending you're working.
I don't know anything about that, guys. Oh man. But no, I mean seriously.
I'm not really scrolling on my phone looking at Heroclix shit, but I'm really working, but I'm not really working.
Yeah. It's I don't know, it's something else. A lot of this stuff is something else. Like it's almost like a punch in the gut, really. Like, are you guys really looking at the results and things? Are you really looking at what people are doing? You know what? We have somebody new to blame for all this now, right? We haven't talked about this either.
Frazier. Fraser, yeah.
So PJ spent his year where he can't play. He did a great job. So now this all falls under Pat Fraser's regime.
Well, this has all been going on under PJ's regime. Should we blame him?
Nope. It's the current man in charge. It's the current man in charge. It's not the previous. You never blame the previous administration. It's never their fault.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that. Trump does that all the time. Like, I guess you can.
Yeah, every president does that with the next one. It's like,
yeah. I mean, Pat hasn't had enough time to make any screw ups yet.
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know if he was like, no, take Tri-Sentinel and all that off of the watch list.
Yeah, you know what?
Maybe,
you know what?
maybe
You know
he did,
what?
yeah.
You know what didn't make the watch list because Pat's in there?
What?
Animal Man, duh.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good
Does
point.
the playtest lead even have anything to do with the watch list? I mean, we don't even know.
You know what? You know what?
I wish I knew who was in charge of it.
Does the president actually ever do anything? Doesn't matter. He's the public figurehead. It's all his fault now.
Well, I don't know he's the public figurehead for that stuff.
That's true. We don't have like there is no WizKids public figurehead.
Like I don't know if it's Jimmy or whoever else is in charge over there. Like I don't know who it is.
This is their ultimate plan, guys. Is that they keep swapping, and we don't know who it is anymore.
It's like the little put the ping pong ball under the cup and picking out which cup it is. I love it.
The shell game. Yeah.
They were like, oh, it's this person. No, they're not. They're not with the company anymore. Uh-oh. Who are we? Who do we blame?
They do bounce around a lot.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's all secretly Jake's fault.
Yeah, since he got canned, so yeah, it's all his fault now. Yeah.
I really hope he still listens to the show in some capacity and can get a laugh out of that.
I don't know. I think a lot of good things happened under his watch, but
It did.
Anyway, I don't know about right now. I don't know how long ago that stopped or whatever. But anyway,
we can't even see the rails tonight because we're so far off of them. All right, let's go through some of our questions and wrap this up for tonight. Jeff, we talked about Adam. We talked about Kevin Maloney. What do you think about the teams that won most of Silver Pulp having Blue Marvel, Falcon, or Moon Knight?
I didn't have a Blue Marvel, a Falcon, or a Moon Knight,
Yeah.
and I won every game I played and scored a crap ton of points. So
Yeah, I'm with you.
What year is it? Is he talking about 2025?
I'm pretty sure he is.
I don't know how much. I mean, I know Falcon was out there. How popular? I mean, I guess Falcon was on a decent amount of 4 people went with Falcon. I know you did, Dan. So like 4 people won with Falcon, and there was a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 that made top 8 in total. So I mean that's not bad. 65% win rate. 17
Falcon's
teams.
a phenomenal figure. So he's good.
He is. Falcon's great. Anthony Barnstable, was it? What are you gonna say?
No. Go ahead. I was gonna say. I would say Kazar probably was equally there with Falcon because they're both the big move, get you across the map pieces. Kazar was out there almost as much too. Just didn't win as much, but still made
Anthony
top 8s.
Barnstable asked, "Was it fun?" Yep, we talked about that. I think we all had fun.
Hell yeah, it was fun.
We talked about the attendance difference. We do want to see more Silver Pulp in the future. And then we talked about some of the meta as well. So, Anthony, I think we covered most of your questions in the show, meat of the show.
And who would have thought we'd come out the other side saying that? I remember like a month or two ago, we were sitting there saying, man, Silver Pulp, Silver, but now we're kind of like,
because we wanted to play that modern, right, with the new stuff. But
we still do.
But,
we still do. Yeah, we're probably not harping on the attendance lack enough, to be honest, Alex. The attendance was awful. There are stores that have lost money on those kits.
Right. No, what I'm saying more of is like we were pessimistic and more of like, oh, why Silver Pulp? No one wanted this, but now we're coming back out of saying, and we kind of did this with Pulp originally. We're like, you know what? This format actually is fun. We'd be game for more tournaments of this as long as they don't replace Modern. But if they're in there like enhancing Modern, cool. Like this is a cool format to play like in between Modern events.
Here's what I don't want to see is I don't want to see Silver Pulp become the overall thing that CCO does. I don't want to see that. Like every now and then, I'm cool with it being that. I don't want to see it replace Modern by any means.
I'm fine with the bigger tournaments, like because we see this for Rock Cup, right? Rock Cup and H4H has their big silver thing, but they also there's a Silver Pulp event and there's their 3 versus 3 Modern event. So they have like one event that satisfies a little bit of Modern and Silver Pulp, but then they have their main format. So as long as every one of these big events, Champion Clix, Rock Cup, Worlds, whatever, as long as they have one of those formats and then the main format, I think that's fine. You could go to a big event, you could play in the main format, but you could still play your Modern, you could still play your Silver Pulp. So like Worlds needs to have Silver Pulp as one of their bigger formats in there, one of the 4.
Yeah. I just don't want to see all the CCO regionals become not Modern. I want them to continue to do Modern ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed. All right. Alec Musser. By the way, congrats, Alec, on your new little one. Would you rather have grapes and watermelon or grape flavored or watermelon flavored foods and drinks? So you rather have the actual thing or just the flavoring?
No, give me them watermelon Jolly Ranchers, Bill.
I think I prefer the flavored stuff, really.
Would surprise you, I'm the opposite. I think it's because I'm getting older. A lot of these grape flavored and watermelon flavored stuff is just in my head. It immediately draws to candy or something like. Well, you said Jolly Ranchers, so maybe that's why. So in my head, I'm immediately thinking I would rather have just grapes. Like, give me a bag of grapes. I'd probably have a good time. A bad time later because of all the fiber, but I'd have a good time. Like. And I'd feel better too. Like I would if I had a bunch of grape flavored something. I'm probably not going to feel great afterwards. But
I'm not going to have a bunch of either one of them.
Yeah, I mean, but grapes though, if like a snack, I mean, grapes are great. Even watermelon's great in the summertime. So I'd probably take the actual fruit over the grape flavored. I can't think of anything grape flavored that I eat regularly.
I don't know.
Especially since grape flavor doesn't even taste like grape.
No, it doesn't. Is Derek Layer asks, is there a Silver Pulp figure you wish was more viable?
I'm sure there is. I just don't know what it is at the moment.
Yeah,
there's a ton. I think I've always thought like if you're gonna make one of these unique formats, if you're gonna take all this time to do stupid watch lists to nerf pieces into the ground, then maybe you should have a format where you do the opposite. Where you're like, hey, you know what? Beyond Amazing or Joker's Wild or some of these sets were garbage and you had nothing come out of them. Well, here's some figures that we really wanted to come out of this set. We thought were cool, but kind of missed the mark a little. So we're going to do an anti-watch list and we're going to change some of the wording to make them a bit more playable.
Like Marvel Snap does.
Yeah, it's active balancing. And you can't do that for like Modern because that's too crazy. But some of these alternate formats, right? Silver Pulp or Silver in general, sure. Take some. You don't have to do every figure, but if it's a set that's like, hey, this had a unique mechanic, or this was a really figure we intended to be more played, let's just amp it up a little bit. Let's change some of the language to make it more playable. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and it would bring back some pieces and solve some problems. It'd be fun.
Jason, have you played In Sabanur yet today?
No, sir, I have not. I have not opened Marvel Snap in like 2 months.
In Sabanur is fun. You should try him.
Okay.
Adam Mason-Jewski, are there any Silver Pulp figures that aren't restricted yet that should be restricted? Yeah, Bloodstorm and Moreland.
I doubt they will be at this point.
Pogs are dumb.
With stuff coming out soon.
I'm just kidding. No, not anything restricted yet. I agree.
I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I'm not thinking of that was on like every team, but all the sidelines are the same, but none of them had an impact.
You know what we didn't see? I thought we'd see.
What?
Franklin Richards.
There was a couple, but you're right. There were hardly any.
Medusa wasn't played a ton either. Played her. So I know somebody else played her, but I didn't see. Wasn't a bunch of her on those teams either.
Oh, I know the right answer. It's not a figure. Maps.
Maps.
There are certain. There's some of those big maps should just be on the restricted list. Just be like you can't play some of these figures if you're playing King's Tomb. Too bad. King Tomb takes your restricted. I know he said figures specifically, but I agree with Daniel. I don't think there's really any figures that we saw that was heinous.
No, nothing egregious.
Like even Time Breakers, it's like they were there, but they weren't like they weren't enabling Kong or anything. So
it really wasn't that fun.
No.
Fun.
It was when you were playing Kong. Yes, I'll agree with that.
Kong's one of my all-time favorite figures.
And then Saul sent. We did talk about the watch list. Final thoughts, Alex.
I look forward to more Silver Pulp events sprinkled here or there at the major tournaments, but also looking forward to. We haven't talked about Rock Up Heroclix for Huntington's yet. Maybe we'll do that next time because that's rapidly approaching after Champion Clix. So we've got some major tournaments coming up.
We do. Jason?
Silver Pulp was super fun. I enjoyed it. I want to play it some more. But I am looking forward to playing some Modern again.
True dat. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Champion Clix. I don't know if we'll record between now and Champion Clix. It's about 2 weeks away. Might record after. Depends on kind of probably what Anthony wants to do for the new month. So let us know, Anthony. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Champion Clix. Looking forward to playing Silver Pulp at Champion Clix. Kind of glad to have a team rocked and ready, really. And should be a good time. And thanks everybody for listening to Clixed Off today. And we'll talk to y'all next time.
Later.